I never imagined my heart could shift from pounding with love to pounding with rage in just a single night. It started as a surprise. I had landed early for my business trip, 2 days ahead of schedule. I wanted to sweep Claire off her feet, take her to her favorite bar, the Ember Lounge, where we had our first date, and remind her why I had asked her to marry me. The engagement ring on her finger wasn't just a piece of jewelry. It was my promise, my future. But that night, as I pushed open the heavy oak door to the lounge, I realized promises mean nothing if they're only worn as decoration. The place was dimly lit, amber lights glinting off rows of polished bottles. Music throbbed faintly beneath the low hum of conversation. I saw her immediately, Claire, but she wasn't alone. A man sat beside her, too close, his hand resting casually on the back of her chair. Their heads leaned in, laughing over a pair of cocktails. She twirled her hair, her smile the same one she once reserved for me during those dizzy, electric early months of love. I froze, half hidden behind a pillar. My breath lodged somewhere between my lungs and throat. I must be mistaken. Maybe he's just a friend, maybe. Then she leaned in, brushed his hand with hers, and whispered something that made him grin like a wolf. That was it. The cocktail of betrayal and humiliation hit me, bitter and unforgettable. I walked over, each step deliberate, as if my legs belonged to someone else. Claire, I said evenly, my voice steadier than I felt. Her eyes widened, a flicker of panic. Then she plastered on that practice surprise. James, you're home early. The man turned lazily, sizing me up like I was a minor inconvenience. Who's this? He asked, as if I were the intruder. This, I said, holding up my left hand where my ring should have been, is her fiancé. Color drained from her face. James, it's not what it looks like, she stammered. I gave a hollow laugh, one that didn't sound like me at all. The man shifted uneasily. Look, I didn't know she was. Don't. I cut him off, my eyes locked on hers. This isn't about you. I slipped my hand into my pocket. Feeling the cold metal of the ring, I had once slid onto her finger with trembling hands and tear-filled eyes. I took it out, held it to catch the dim bar light, and placed it gently on the table between them. You can give that back to whoever you really love, I said quietly. Then I turned and walked out. The night air was cold, biting against my skin, but it felt cleaner than the air inside. My phone buzzed relentlessly. Claire calling, texting, begging. James, wait. Please, let me explain. It's not what you think. Come home, please. But I didn't go home. Not that night. I drove aimlessly until I found myself parked near the old pier, staring at the black water lapping against the wooden posts. My hands gripped the wheel until my knuckles ached as memories flooded in. Our first date, her laugh echoing in that same bar, the night we planned our future under a sky full of stars. How she whispered, I can't wait to spend my life with you. When I proposed, had it all been a lie, or had I just not been enough? The next day, I went home. She was waiting on the couch, hair a mess, eyes red from crying. James, she said, rushing toward me. I made a mistake. It wasn't serious. It just happened. We were drinking. He's a co-worker. I held up a hand. Stop. Tears welled in her eyes. Please, just hear me out. Her words meant nothing. You've been so busy, so distant lately, she said. I wanted to feel wanted. Her words landed like a punch. So now it was my fault? I've been working for us, I said, my voice cracking. For our future. And you repay me by what? Practicing infidelity over cocktails. It wasn't like that, she whispered. It was exactly like that, I said. Days turned into a week. She tried. Flowers, texts, promises of therapy, late-night confessions swearing she loved only me. But love without respect is just a slow poison. I began digging, partly out of anger, partly for self-preservation. What I found gutted me more than the bar scene. She had been texting him for months. Inside jokes, late-night work drinks, a hotel receipt from 2 weeks ago when I was in Chicago. Every discovery felt like another thread snapping, unraveling the tapestry I thought was our life. The confrontation that followed wasn't loud. It was cold. Claire, I said one evening, standing in the kitchen where we once planned our wedding menu, I know everything now, not just the bar. Her face crumpled. James, please. No, don't please me. You had a choice. Not once, not twice, many times. And every time you chose him, or at least not me. She broke down, sobbing into her hands. I was scared. Maybe we were too perfect. Maybe I'd lose myself. You wanted to feel alive, I said, staring at her. You just killed everything. I moved out 2 days later. The ring, now a cold, silent witness to our implosion, was already at the jeweler for resale. Friends called me cold. Some said I should forgive her. People make mistakes. Others said I should expose her, humiliate her the way she humiliated me. I wanted neither revenge nor pity. I wanted my dignity back. Weeks passed. I focused on work, rebuilding the version of myself that didn't revolve around her approval. Nights were hardest, stretching long and silent, catching myself reaching for a phone that no longer buzzed with her goodnight messages. Then one evening, I walked back into the Ember Lounge, alone this time, stronger. The bartender recognized me, gave a cautious nod, and there she was, Claire, sitting alone at the same bar, staring at the door as if hoping I'd come back. Her lover wasn't there. Her smile was gone. She stood when she saw me. James, I didn't think you'd come. I didn't come for you, I said softly. I came to make peace with myself. To talk. Not as lovers, not as enemies, just as two people who broke something fragile and couldn't fix it. I'm sorry, she whispered, tears glinting in the low light. I thought he made me feel special, but all he did was make me lose the one person who truly loved me. I didn't answer right away. My heart still hurt, but the wound wasn't bleeding anymore. It was just a scar forming. I loved you, I said finally, but I can't love who you chose to be. I left the bar that night with strange calmness. I wasn't taking her back. I wasn't plotting revenge. I was moving on. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do after betrayal isn't scream, break, or beg. It's walk away quietly, keeping your self-respect intact. Months later, I heard through mutual friends that the man she'd been seeing had ghosted her. She was alone, trying to patch the holes in her life. As for me, I started traveling more, rediscovering the parts of myself I'd neglected. I met new people, laughed freely, and learned that healing isn't about erasing the past. It's about refusing to let it poison your future. And the ring? I never bought another like it. Next time when I propose, it won't be just gold and diamonds. It will be with eyes wide open, because love is a choice, and so is betrayal.